Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am the average guy 1983. Thank you very much for watching this video today. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my view on low lighting for the Insta360 Ace Pro that I have here with me. This is a really nice camera. I do have a tempered glass lens protector here, a regular plastic lens protector there, and on the back of the unit, I do have a tempered glass protector on this part. Now, I'm thinking the glare that I seen in the video from this camera at night had to do because of the actual tempered glass lens protector. So to kind of compensate for that, also for during the daytime use, I bought a Insta360 ND filter set where it just clips on to the front of the lens, and it should help with some of this problem with the glare, especially the CP filter. So I ordered it. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get it, but I already paid for it, so it's on the way. I'm assuming it is. But with that said, I did want to talk to you guys real quick before we get started. Like I had mentioned about the whole glass thing, there might be some glare in the video. I did notice some. I'm not sure if that affects anything on the video quality. Also, throughout the entire video, I actually have the wide angle view set to action, which is the widest view you can get, but it does have a little bit of a weird fisheye look to it. So I might try the other settings and see what works out best. But for right now, I want to show you guys the video and then talk to you guys a little bit more towards the end about what I think would be the best setting for other scooter riders, including myself, motorcycle riders, and bike riders that might ride at night using pure video mode for nighttime view, and which one would be best, either auto mode or manual mode. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. All right, so I'm recording this video right now just walking, holding on to the Ace Pro with my hand. I don't have it on a tripod, I'm just holding it straight. And I have it under pure video at 4K 30, and the everything is on like auto, including the exposure value, which is set to 0, and this is with the low light image stability on. And what we're trying to look for here is to see how it looks at night and if we get any grain. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to readjust the exposure value to like maybe minus 0.5 or minus 1 and see if I can get it to look a little bit better if there is some kind of bad deal here. So if you look over there on the camera, I couldn't see. On the camera, I can definitely see some like a little bit of grain on the top, like distortion, but it still looks way better than what the Hero 10 looks like. And I have the wideness set to action, which is intended for bicyclists because that's exactly where I'm gonna have it at riding the scooter. So here we go. So again, everything here is set to auto with the low light image stay on and exposure value at 0. I'm going to stop the video here and switch on over. Okay, here we are doing another test. Now the exposure value is at minus 1 because I seen that minus 0.5 wasn't doing anything based on the camera. I do have the camera screen at 50% brightness, but this is what you can kind of see here. And again, this is at 4K 30 in pure video with the low light image stability set to on. I'm not sure how this is going to look. I could still see a tiny bit of grain on the screen, but who knows if that's what you're going to see going or actually watching this footage. Alrighty, let's switch it over. Okay, now this is video 3 and we have the same pure video mode, 4K 30, exposure value set at minus 2, and the low light stability set to on. No other settings have been changed because it's limited, but this is what it looks like. And you can see some lens glare. It seems like right up in the front on that side, you can see that there's just a tiny bit of grain from what you can see on the camera, but not a lot. And here we are. This is what it looks like with all the lights. So again, this is video 3. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now this is video number 4. Same pure video mode, 4K 30. The exposure value is set at -3 now. And the low light stability is set to on. This is what this looks like. And what we're trying to see is to see how the video looks like, if there's any grain, any distortion on the black areas. There's how right it looks like from afar. There you go. And the audio is coming out from the actual camera itself. There is no external microphone connected. So there you go. This is video number 4. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now this is again pure video mode, 4K 30. Exposure value at -4. This is the lowest it can go. And the low light image stability is set to on. And this is what it looks like. You can kind of see where the red lights are at. It does look a little bit dimmer than what it does in actual life, in person. That's a little too dim. I think this is too dark. But this is what it looks like. And here is the Rite Aid stores, just so you can see how the front looks like, and look out for how the sky looks like in the black levels, and see if you can see any kind of distortion there. But from what I can see in the camera, it looks pretty good, other than those lights right over there looking a little bit more dim than what they actually are. But this is the last mode here with the exposure value set to -4, lowest setting possible. Okay, this is pure video mode at 4K 30, and this is with manual settings. Now we have the ISO set at 400, and the exposure value is at 0 because it's not possible to touch anything on that. And there's also no low light stability on because it's not an available feature under manual mode. But this is what it looks like. And here is what the Rite Aid store looks like from afar. Right there, you can see if there's any kind of distortion. And again, this is at ISO 400. Wideness is set to action, which is the widest setting for scooter riding. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are in pure video mode, 4K 30, and this is with the shutter speed at 1/60. That's going to remain the same for the entire video, but the ISO is set to 500 now. And there is no low light stability because that's a feature that's not available in manual mode. But here's what Rite Aid looks like from the corners, so you can see if there's any kind of distortion coming out of there. And this is video number 6. And the wideness of the screen is set to action, which is the widest setting possible. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so now we're at 4K 30 under pure video. The ISO is set to 640. There is no exposure value, there is no low light stability on. Auto white balance is set to auto. This is what it looks like at 640 on the ISO in pure video mode. Wideness on the lens is set to action. And you can see Rite Aid over there. Take a look at the lights and also the blackness of the sky to see how that looks like, and see if you can see any kind of distortion on the picture. And this is on the Insta360 Ace Pro in pure video mode. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are now under pure video again, 4K 30. Shutter speed is still 1/60, and the ISO is set now to 800. This is 800 ISO. What we want to look for is really good low lighting where things are visible, but yet there's hardly any grain on the lower darker areas. And again, here we are. Here's the Rite Aid store. You can tell me how that looks like. And there is no low light stability in this mode because this is manual mode. Here we go. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and this is still pure video, 4K 30. Shutter speed is 1/60. ISO is set now at 1000. This is 1000 on the ISO on manual mode. No EV exposure setup because it's set to manual and it's blurred out. There's also no low light stability, so whatever you see is what you see, but this is what we're looking at. And again, here's the Rite Aid store for reference, so you can take a look at the lights. There is some glare that I can see there on the camera, and it's due to the lens. I checked the lens to make sure that it wasn't dirty, but there you go. So this is what it looks like. Again, ISO 1000. Shutter speed 1/60. 4K 30 and pure video mode. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last video I'm going to record. This is going to be the same pure video mode in 4K 30. The white balance is set to automatic. The ISO is set at 1250, which is what usually comes standard when you select manual mode. And the shutter speed is at 1/60 since we're at 4K 30. And the wide angle lens is set to action, which is intended for motorcycles and bikes and scooters. And this here is what Rite Aid looks like. So there we go. Other than that, I think this is it for the video that I'm doing here. I just wanted to show you guys how that looks. At 1250, it does look like the lights look more accurate as to how I see them in person. So I just want to note that out. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so that was it for this part of the video. I want to get your guys' opinion on what you guys think look good on your TV or on your smartphone. Let me know what you think, and what if you would consider getting the Ace Pro. Right now the Ace Pro has been very hard to get because this is a new camera, and like the Osmo Pocket 3, when you get a brand new camera, there's always going to be some issues with these cameras in the beginning until they fix little firmware hiccups. And I did want to let you guys know that I did come across some issues with this from the very beginning. Number one was I had a really hard time getting this camera to actually register with the Insta360 app. It took me 3 attempts for me to completely turn off the camera and turn it back on and try to resync it with the Insta360 app and basically be able to register it under my name and stuff. And it kept getting stuck at 95%, and it would be there for like 4, 5, 6 minutes until I would turn off the camera by force and turn it back on. I also had issues connecting the Insta360 remote, which I have here. This is the GPS preview remote. This thing, man, is a really good idea if you ride scooters, if you ride motorcycles, or you ride bikes, because this actually gives you live preview that's only like about half a second delay. You can actually have this thing angled a certain way, whether you have it on your chin for your motorcycle helmet, or if you have it on the GoPro man's ear like I have here with the little clip. I have this already prefixed so that this way when I put it on, all I have to do is clip on the camera and I'm ready to go after I lock it. And this works really well for that, man. And I really like it over the GoPro Hero 10 here, because this one requires you to remove this knob and adjust the camera and fix it a certain way, and it gets annoying after a while, you know, having to do that. But this is really cool, man. I like it a lot. Issue number 2, you see this little microphone adapter thing that's here in the back? Well, this works really good for the microphone, and I'm using a Rode Lavalier 2, and it works really good. There's zero distortion on this versus the GoPro, and you can adjust the dB setting from 0 dB, -6, and -12. I wish there was a -3 dB setup so that I can lower the microphone just a bit more and not too much. So maybe Insta360, if you guys are watching, if you guys can give us an update to be able to fine tune the minus and plus dB for the microphone input, that would be great. One issue that I did have with this as well is that this port here in the back, even though it does have the USB-C port, it only charges your camera. It does not allow you to transfer data. So to transfer data, you gotta remove the little thing here and then connect the cable directly to the camera, and then it'll give you the information on your computer so you can be able to load up your footage to the Insta360 app. When it comes to this GPS remote, this was the main seller for me because I wanted GPS functionality, but I also wanted to be able to see what I'm seeing when I'm riding. And on my videos that I want to do for the scooter riding stuff, I want you guys to be able to see the cockpit information, which is like, for example, the display information and also the handlebar area. And I also want you guys to see what's in front of me as I'm riding, because that would let you know what scooter I'm riding, how fast I'm going based on the display, and how fast the GPS information is going to show on the screen, so you can see what's accurate. And this right here is a great deal, man, and I would recommend this to any scooter rider, any motorcycle rider or bicyclist that wants to be able to record cockpit information, man, using the Insta360 Ace Pro, man. This is such a deal. Like, for me, it's a big deal to be able to have that information, because I struggle with this GoPro Hero 10 trying to get the best angle, and it's always a hassle. And to see that I'll be able to see what I'm looking at, you know, live, even if it's half a second to 1 second of a delay, it's still really cool to make sure that I give you guys the best possible footage. And on top of that, I can record in 4K 60 during the daytime and literally get about 70 something minutes of video without any overheating, man. It's incredible what this thing can do. As long as you turn off the display from the back so that this way it doesn't stay on at all times, you'll have the most battery possible. So I think this is really cool. In like 4K 30, I can get about 86 minutes before the battery dies, and there is zero overheating. It barely gets lukewarm, versus the GoPro Hero 10 literally being on without it having any footage recording. It gets hot immediately from its body and then it shuts down. So it's still a good camera, don't get me wrong. This GoPro Hero 10 is good for what I use it for, but this Insta360 Ace Pro has definitely won me over, man, and I highly recommend it for you guys if you guys are looking into this. Now, I know that the deal breaker would be the unremovable lens cap. I do feel a little concerned about that, but that is why I bought the little tempered glass screen protector. But then you get glare with the glass protector, so I don't know what's more beneficial. Maybe I might take it off and just use the CP filter provided by Insta360. So we'll see how that goes. But this is my outtake for the Insta360 Ace Pro from a scooter rider's point of view. So I'll be doing some nighttime shots in the RS. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with pure video in auto mode, where I just adjust the exposure value to -2, because that's what seemed to be more accurate in my videos under that setting to what I was actually seeing with my own eyes. And then when I put it in manual mode, I found that ISO 1250 was the best for the most lighting possible, and without it having too much distortion or grain in the picture, and also looking the most accurate to what I was looking at. It wasn't 100% accurate, but it also wasn't inaccurate. It was like in between. So I found that really good, and I think that for the most part I'm going to do the -2 EV exposure for auto mode in pure video. And obviously in pure video you could only go up to 4K 30, which 4K 30 is perfect. I don't need to do anything further than that. I'm happy with that. If you do less frames, like 24 frames, you're obviously going to get more judder. So just keep that in mind if you're riding scooters, motorcycles, or bicycles. So that's about it for my video. Again, guys, comment down below to see what setting you like the best, and whether you would like to have a camera like this for sale, or if you would actually buy one for yourself if you're a scooter rider, motorcyclist, or even a bicyclist. So yep, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.